Will
Smith
and Rock.
Oh, Jada and Will. And
No, Will Smith and
I
Rock.
haven't seen it.
What,
So
you haven't seen the slap?
I haven't seen that one.
So you're saying fake,
I think it was staged.
Yeah.
stage.
I think it's staged.
What do you
I'm
think?
gonna say real. I'm gonna say real. That's what I'm gonna say. So
Why?
what do we? Why?
Yeah.
Because I think that Rock was startled. His speech after was thrown off. If he knew it was coming, he would have said something a lot funnier after, personally, because Rock's a funny guy. I also think the way the slap was very disguised and kind of like a sucker punch, the way Will walked up on stage, considering he laughed first. And I think even the repercussions of him resigning after and them asking him to leave, if it was staged, then all these things wouldn't have been brought to the table. It would have been, ha ha ha, it was a joke, got ya, funny, bit dramatic. But it's like, he's now conveniently resigned from the Oscars. They're talking about removing his...
Conveniently though.
Yeah, of course it's convenient. We're talking about removing his, what do you call it? A Golden Globe? Do you call it a Golden Globe?
Oscar.
Oscar? I'm not in the scene, like, I don't know what these shits are called. I didn't watch the freaking thing. So for me, for all of that, I think it was real. Now the question is, why?
But then on the flip side, like you said, conveniently, how do we know that it's not just an escape route for Will to be getting out for any other reasons? Because he's been under scrutiny for the last however long.
By his
And then-
wife.
Yeah, but I'm saying but what I'm saying is humiliation runs deep, right? And it filters into things because you've got to start looking at roles that they're going to ask him to be playing, certain things that are going to trigger other things. It's not just it's
Yeah, but
just
this
his
slap
wife.
doesn't benefit the roles he's
No,
going to
that's what I'm saying. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, no
But what I'm
bad
saying,
roles,
it could be
yeah.
his way out of certain things. Furthermore, the other thing that I think is funny, we've got all of that, but then on the backhand of it, you've got the awards. They didn't show Samuel L. Jackson getting his Oscar given by Denzel Washington. Why wasn't that it?
Apparently it was Ed.
I mean, I don't watch it. I didn't
I
watch
didn't watch
it,
it.
so I don't know what happened. The only thing I heard about Oscars was this
The slap, and it
stupid
just
slap.
keeps going on and
And
going
the reason
on.
why I say stay, it just looked fake to me. Like even
His
the
whole body
sound,
posture,
it looked like, you know
everything.
when stuntmen hit, that's what it sounded
Yeah.
like to me. And the fact that Will was laughing in the beginning, I'm just like, what is that all about?
Jada was laughing
They're
in the
all
beginning
actors.
too.
They're
No,
all-
Jada didn't laugh.
She
no,
did.
She didn't.
She
She
didn't.
didn't. When
She
I saw
didn't.
it, she weren't laughing.
She
She
didn't.
was kind of like.
Will laughed.
What, when she
sarcastic.
went like that forward as well and come back?
Didn't
No.
she
At the
laugh?
beginning, so when the joke was dropped, which wasn't even really a bad joke to be fair, but when it was dropped, Jada didn't laugh at all.
No. I'm
Will
talking
laughed.
about afterwards. She laughed after when Will was walking back. Have you seen the video?
Yeah,
But
what,
then, like,
what
from
we
the
talking
other
about? Before the
angle.
slap or after the slap?
I'm talking about before.
Before the slap,
No.
yeah.
Have you? Yeah, that's when he got the side eye, which is when it's like the sign for him to go and do it. There's the other footage that the people have put through, whoever was sitting behind. After when Will was walking back, that's when Jada.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why I think it was stayed also because of the beginning part where Will was
It's all
laughing,
cackling.
proper cackling, and then got that.
No, I think. Do you know what I think? Yeah. Do you know what I
I
think?
just don't think that the rage was genuine.
Yeah, but you have to remember that men, you got to remember that women have the power, yeah? Like, women are the most powerful creature on the planet, in my opinion, yeah? And if you're in love with a woman, whether she is positive or negative,
Alright,
yeah,
cool.
the man is going to react off that.
Cool, but
right?
if you're gonna do the most, right? Do the most, right? What was that?
Yeah, no, but you have to, but Will Smith isn't from Compton or the Bronx.
You don't have
Like,
to be.
oh.
Okay, we're going off point here. We're not talking about postcodes. I'm talking about genuine emotions that people feel. You're either really enraged or you're not.
No.
You don't
You're
calculate it and say, I'm going to do the most, I'm going to walk on stage, and then all I can do is slap.
That's not
Lee,
true though.
Hold
I
on,
will say that's
Lee,
not
hold
fully
on. Right now, yeah, let me tell you what you're doing
You
right now.
calculate a
Hold
slap
on.
as a slap?
Hold on, let me tell you what you're doing there. Right now,
What?
the what you're saying, yeah,
Yeah.
you're speaking on the sides of what males go through, yeah. So let me tell you something. You can't speak on that because
It's
wait,
a male
hold
thing.
on.
Is this a male
No,
thing?
100% it is. 100% it is. I'll tell you why. Yeah, where we know certain people, right, and grew up in certain areas, yeah, you've got people who are actually about it in the male's world, yeah? You've got people that are about it, and then you have people that have to pretend to be about it. And there's all been times that we've witnessed where people that are not about it have to pretend to be angry and have to pretend to react, and they don't know how to fight, they don't really know, they've never thrown a punch in their life, they've never done these things, but actually, now the pressure's on top of me, I've got to throw a punch, but they don't know you punch from your legs and da-da-da-da, so they end up throwing some little pussy slap, yeah, because they've never been in that situation. How many times have we seen that before?
So Jada's never going to respect this dude then, basically.
We know that.
No, but we know that.
We know that.
we know
Listen,
that.
do you know what? The one thing I'll say
He
about
made
Julian.
himself look stupid.
Listen.
He did.
See,
I think he was an L for black men, personally.
For
See,
black men? He took it
No.
there. Nah, he's not repping black men.
Why?
No,
Why?
I know.
Why?
He's not repping the black men.
What would you
that
say
I
Chris
know.
Rock was?
But why though? Why?
None of it.
Why was it L for black men? Because I think that that's not my world. That isn't my world.
It's not
Yeah?
one.
It isn't. But if you're a black man, you're representing black men. Period. In my opinion. Yeah. So whether you're super successful or you're not, I still look at you as you're my brother. You're one of us. We either have to do better to help you, or are you helping, giving back, or da da da. Yeah. Now, for me watching that, don't get me wrong, it was hilarious. I laughed, but deep down, I was like, shouldn't have really done that because that's not really a fair representation of us as a people. When really these people are navigating in the white world, and then for Will to get up on stage and smack another black man, to me, isn't really a good representation
It's
of
just
black
highlighting
men.
the shit that they say.
That's for me personally.
Who was right and who was wrong?
Who was right and who was wrong? I think Will was 100% wrong. I think that, but my thoughts are a bit left. I think if you're a comedian, my thoughts are a bit left. If you're a comedian, you have the license to
Yeah, I agree.
to do as
I
you.
agree.
as you
Everyone
please.
can get it.
Like that's your
humour.
job, and I think we've all gone to comedy shows. We've all laughed. I've gone to a comedy show, and a white guy's absolutely ripped the black community apart, and he's done it in a very tasteful way. And I thought that is funny. It's hilarious.
But
And I also-
underlining that, have you not laughed at shit you felt like you shouldn't laugh at?
And I've also
Me
laughed at shit
personally,
I
I laugh at
at.
things that are wrong to laugh at.
Exactly. So
Like-
I think that if you are in a situation where your life is fucked, yeah, not monetary, but just your setup is fucked, you have the briefing. You know, right? A comedian is hosting. His job is to offend everyone because if it's not funny, if it's not offensive, it's not really funny to me personally. And then you're sitting in the front row. Your own insecurities should either say, "I shouldn't be going,"
However,
or should be sitting.
you
in
know
back.
the original joke he said?
Mm.
People thought it was more about her appearance. Apparently, it was actually the story behind G.I.J.
Yeah, it was a fucking
She had an
genius
affair.
joke.
So it was layered.
Yeah, it was a genius.
There was
That's the
like-
best
But a lot of
comedian,
people
isn't
are saying because of jokes that were made, I think, what was it, back in 2016 or 2017, it's not the fact
They
that
had a history.
it wasn't a one-off,
They
it's
had
a
a history.
history of jokes.
Yeah, but all he
on
said
her.
back then was that she weren't invited.
So what are you saying, Lee? What are you
What?
saying? Like, what's your thing here?
I'm saying it's all bullshit for one.
Yeah.
I feel like it was staged, and I just feel like the victim in this whole thing is Will. Like,
Interesting.
What? Not Rock.
no.
Okay, so then let me
Rock
ask you
ain't
this.
got Will's problems.
Let me ask you this.
Rock can take the hit
got
if
his
it
own,
was
though.
real and just be like, oh, he's
So
going,
wait, hold
he's
on.
going through some
So
stuff.
because
He's going through a
But
lot.
then how
Will's
do we
going
know-
through
So,
a
but
hell of a
But then
lot.
we don't know that.
But, alright, so what's the gain?
Rock
What's the
should have
gain from
thumped
it?
him
Right.
back.
In
Like,
your
what kind of
opinion,
rubbish
what's the
is
gain
this?
from it? If it was fake, what's
Right.
the gain from it?
Hold on. Let me play this.
Everyone's talking
Wait,
about
wait,
Oscars
listen
for
to
one.
Everyone needs to about us.
No, but
Wait.
they need this because the viewing
Go on.
has dropped.
Rock's got his
I think
own
it's sad.
issues.
You might think Chris
Right.
Rock did this because he was professional, because he was well disciplined. I'll show you the real reason he did it. Play. This is an interview with Chris Rock on the Howard Stern show 5 years ago or something.
I'm a total fucking weirdo. Anybody that knows me, has been around me, is like, what's up with that guy? It's a little, does he like me? Many people say that shit. Think I don't like him. I suffer from big ego, low self-esteem. And when I say big ego, it's only
only reason why I played that is because remember I've said, yeah, I think that when situations happen in society, it's not actually about what happened. It's about how society reacts, and you actually get to see who people are and how much empathy one has. Now, in my opinion, I was like, minus this, but when I heard this, I was like, yo, this is an L for us as a people, like, anyway. But Will was the victim, but Chris Rock was also
100%.
the victim. Jada was also
She's
a victim.
She's a perpetrator.
Why is she a victim?
Cycle.
I'll tell you why. For me, no black man should feel comfortable disrespecting a black woman anywhere, especially on a white-owned show with all these pilgrims, because the reality is, yeah, these lot are entertainers. They're pawns, puppets, just there to make white people feel good.
Not to discredit what you're saying, but I think as opposed to it always just being an excuse to speak on others, I think the problem is with comedy, we've used that as our release. It's been a coping mechanism.
It's not a good one.
So
man.
it's
It's
not.
not
But
a
what
good
I'm saying is, it's a coping mechanism. Like, you know, naturally, certain times people will laugh at things that they've done because they know other people are gonna laugh anyway. It's almost like if I laugh first, it kind of takes off the impact when somebody else laughs. But if I laugh at that person, it kind of hides the fact that I'm dealing with something. Like Chris is saying, his coping mechanism is comedy, which is why outside of that
The
field,
thing
he's
is-
lost.
So you don't like comedy?
No, but the thing is about comedy,
I'm not saying
sometimes
that.
comedy
saying that.
is just,
I'm
you're,
just saying,
you're summing
obviously-
up the reality of a situation to where people, it's like a quick, sharp, oh shit, yeah, this is what, it's a realization of what
But
we
it
do.
depends on how you're doing it.
Yeah, but
because
there's different types of
Can we
comedy.
just
Don't
unpack?
get me
Can we
wrong.
just unpack?
No,
what
I
Ant
hear
said?
that, but the thing is, I feel like the entertainment industry, they are not following them rules. I get what Ant's saying, but they're not following, you know,
yeah,
the
because they
rules
can't
of-
follow those rules.
Because at the end of the day, Jada puts her whole life out there. Yeah, Will puts their whole life out. We're all aware of comedians. We're all aware. If you put certain things out there, people are going to talk about it. However, whether they make jokes, whether they feel sorry for you, whether they see your point of view or they disagree, you put it out there.
No, I hear where you're coming from, but I want to unpack what Ant's saying. Because obviously,
I just don't.
Ant's opinion's coming from his
I
own
just don't
perspective,
think,
isn't it?
yeah. I just don't think that melanated people should be disrespecting each other, especially on these white platforms for
So
everyone's entertainment.
where do you see, how do you see a comedic joke? So, how can I say? If you're saying that you don't like comedy across the board, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, yeah, as an example. If you're saying I don't like Dave Chappelle, I don't like Chris Rock, I don't like Ricky Gervais, I don't like whoever else, yeah, Jim Carrey, whoever else,
Yeah.
right? Comedy, it's not my thing. I don't laugh. I don't find it funny.
Yeah.
Then I kind of hear you because you're like, that's not my thing. I don't like
Yeah.
it. But if you're saying that, actually, I like comedy. I find stand-ups extremely funny. However, I don't like it when it's charged against the black community. Then I would say that's an individual problem, not a problem against comedic comedy. Because actually, comedy is actually very good for the soul. It's very funny.
At others' expense.
100%. That's the whole point of comedy. When I saw Chris Rock live, and he was talking about white people, and he was talking about I teach my kids not to trust anything white. He's like he says bare shit like he says I put pins on the toilet seat when they sit down they burn their bums because it's white. Yeah, and that's what's gonna happen when you leave the house. Don't trust white people. That shit is hilarious. But in order for me personally to enjoy comedy, it has to be across the, like everyone has to be able to get smoked.
Like
But
Do you know what I'm
gets,
saying?
everyone
So
gets
would
it.
you say, alright, say for example, like someone like Benny Man,
Yeah.
yeah, in a black staged platform where you would say that they've got their black comedy clubs, obviously one or two people outside of that come, that's on them. But if it's a black event and them jokes are made, do you feel it has the same
Listen,
outcome?
this is what I'm saying, yeah. Right. If I saw someone who had no hair, bald head, right, and in my comedic self, I said something like, "Oh, look at him, he looks like he's got cancer," and I say that was a joke. That, as much as someone might find that funny,
They're just-
that's not funny.
You're not
I'm not actually
comedian.
saying that it's a joke.
Oh, I hear what you're saying.
I get what
Because
you're saying.
there's something about entertainment which is
Which
not
makes these
entertainment.
things acceptable.
But that's what I was saying. That
If you think
entertainment
about it,
You
don't
have to
follow
take
those
away.
rules.
You have to
That's
take
what I'm
away.
saying.
You have to take away the whole industry of comedy. Then that's what I'm saying to you. You have
What
to.
I'm saying to you is, yeah, I can see the comedic side in comedy, but I can also see how
It goes
fucked
too
up
far.
Yeah.
these jokes are, right? If someone, so look, just so
If the
Jada's
joke's on
allegedly
you,
got what
it's
she's
not
got with her
funny.
hair, yeah?
Think about it.
No,
If
no,
the
no,
joke's
no,
on
if
you,
we're
it's
on the
not
roads,
funny.
if we're on the roads, yeah?
No,
No, look,
if
if
you've
we're on
got
the
cancer
roads,
and someone says to you, you look like you've got a joke, it's not a
No,
joke
wait,
to
wait,
you
wait,
anymore.
wait. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It depends on the person that's taking the joke.
right?
Yeah?
And this is
So
It does.
hold on.
It does depend
So
on
as a comedy, yeah. Okay, cool. So I'll go back. Growing up, you have your serious people and you have your jokers, yeah. The people that you know are always gonna chat shit when they chat shit. You know, if you're around them, they're gonna chat shit because they're funny.
But guess what
Yeah.
they won't do? They won't chat shit about a certain person who will punch them up.
Exactly.
Think
yo,
about
it.
That person ain't Will
and that's
Smith.
what I want to get to,
Will
right?
Smith
Because
will
look,
slap
yeah,
you.
They are
Everyone
not
said,
joking
yeah.
with someone who will punch you up.
everyone said
Yeah,
that
but
Will
some
Smith
people
was
did
wrong.
No.
But did they learn?
Generally, if
Does
they
it
know
make it
there's
right
a
though?
consequence to that
I don't
joke,
know.
they might not do
Does
it.
it make it right
Did
though?
they do it again after?
No. Right. Okay.
No.
Cool. So
I've seen it.
That's
when
what
a
I'm
man
saying.
get-
They might have done
they
it.
get used to
I'm
that.
saying now.
I won't make a joke about it.
All the jokers that I would actually class as jokers, yeah, have never held back from dropping a joke on somebody that might be tough or not. Yeah. My thing is comedy has to be offensive for it to be comedy. So comedy is about sharing light and shedding light on things that people find it hard to speak about and turn it into a joke. Which means the best comedians do layered jokes.
But
Which
a lot
ties
of
into
comedians
why-
talk about themselves.
Which
though.
ties into why you didn't like what Will Smith done. Now, we're from the same space, not of the same mind.
Mm.
You see me, yeah? I know if I say a certain thing to him, there could be consequences.
Yeah.
But if I say certain things to him, there might not be, right? But I'm aware of, look, if he decides to lick you down because you felt like, say, you could make a joke and it was funny, I don't fault him because everyone has their limits. So when people are saying that Will Smith is wrong if he did slap him, I'm like, oh wait, hold on.
I'm not
You
saying
can't
it's wrong.
violate a man and tell him how to fucking react.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I just don't feel like he was genuine because is that it?
Okay, cool. So let's do that. Let's go this angle. Yeah. Let's go this angle. I hear where you're coming from, and I think in if you take it outside of comedians.
Bun that.
Wait,
no,
hold on.
no,
Let me finish. If you take it outside comedians, that runs. However, since this episode has happened, yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a video circulating
Yeah.
where Will Smith made an alopecia joke.
Yeah.
Where he's made an alopecia joke.
Yeah.
So now, you can't say, well, you know, I like to banter, but if someone banters me,
On my wife.
if someone banters me or my wife, then I have authority to slap you when I've been known to banter people about
but
the same
this
But
thing.
you
is-
can though,
But-
because sorry, take quickly. But you can. Chris Rock just explained that out of comedy, he's in bits.
Mm.
But yet he's decided to pick up a craft that takes the piss out of people. So it's like, wait, you've experienced all this stuff in your life, but you think it's okay to disrespect others. So there's
But why are
hypocrisy
you
across the
seeing
board.
it? No, but why are you seeing it as disrespect and not actually? Because if Chris Rock, yeah, or any comedian started attacking Jerome, yeah, and said Jerome, if you did that, just you don't, but if you did
I
have
wouldn't
cancer,
care.
and said I know you wouldn't, but and started attacking Jerome at every opportunity and said you got cancer and attacked it, then I hear you. But a great comedian is someone that talks about everything across the board. I only heard Chris Rock in a comedy set.
No, when I say outside of comedy, in his comedy, does he talk about himself outside of the comedy realm? So the
So the
same
stuff
things
he's
he's
talking
talking about in the interview,
So
does he talk about that in his comedy?
Yeah, so anything that's happened to him, he brings it to a comedic
Alright,
show.
so do you think,
Yeah.
no, but now he's done that, yeah, do you think if another comedian came at him and said to him, yeah, ha ha ha, you're funny, but off stage, yeah, you're a prick, you're in bits, and started ridiculing him or making jokes about his outside of comedy life, if he that day was triggered, is he wrong for responding?
I don't think he would respond in the way that.
No, but that's when it becomes down to
'Cause
individuality.
You guys are on the wrong
It's
or right.
definitely
I'm
Yeah.
not on the wrong or right.
Right, but my
I'm
thing
just
it
like,
comes together.
No,
I just
but
don't feel
no.
like it was genuine.
It's no.
Like
I hear
his
what you're
emotion
saying,
just
babe.
wasn't genuine.
But listen
I
to
don't
what I'm
care.
saying. I'm not talking about the right and wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's reactionary.
It's
That's all it is.
driving,
It's
man.
reactionary.
Reactionary. This
it
guy
is-
laughed.
What I'm
got up,
saying, listen to what I'm
That's
saying.
what I
But
don't
that's
know.
what-
You can't tell
Alright,
someone how
listen
to
to what
move
I'm
if that's
saying,
what
yeah?
it really was.
If when I say reactionary, it's
I'm
not
not
just
saying that to
oh
you.
I heard it,
I'm saying
oh my god
reaction.
I'm reacting. His reaction, whether it be to Chris Rock's actual joke or whether it be to the look Jada gave him, it was reactionary. He done the ha ha ha. Oh shit!
But
I need to
reaction.
react. It's still
But
reaction.
my
It's
perspective
reactionary
of
to
that is
Is it
that it's
Whether
not
that's
genuine. That's
right.
what I got
So
from
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Personally, I still think it was staged because even down to the way he walked up, I get what you were saying about if he went up looking angry, Chris gonna think, hold on, what's about to happen? Even if he didn't respond, he wouldn't have been standing there like
Can I
this.
just say,
But
whether
my
it was
thing is
staged
that
or
it?
not, it's still
that
entertainment.
it?
Like,
Right,
this is
and
still-
our
which is again,
expense.
why
goes back
staged.
to avoidance.
Yeah.
So we are still avoiding
What's
the
real?
elephant in the room. Like,
But the thing is,
these
while
people
we're
don't.
avoiding
They're
it,
just
they're
showing
placing
you.
it there.
We can. Black Lives Matter. We'll show you Black Lives Matter. We're gonna put you on a stage where
With
you're going to
another
talk
black man.
about black men fighting.
All right, Will's resigned before being taken off, but they were ready to just rip him to shreds. Yeah, no, his conduct,
They're not
and
going to rip
everything.
Will to shreds. I don't think you're.
Listen,
Thinking-
Jada's done enough.
He's in bits.
Will isn't going anywhere. If you don't think that Will's
No, he's
movies
not, of course
and everything's going to be
No,
strict
I
and
don't feel
done,
like
Definitely
he's
not.
trying to
That ain't
stop
happening.
recording.
that ain't happening. Will's
He
got-
makes too much money.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
They just got to follow a process because the reality of it is that it's not abuse. What's it? Assault. Yeah, that's the reality. So because it's assault, they have to follow a certain
Protocol.
protocol.
Bro,
Nothing ain't happening to Will.
in some people's cultures, you can't even look at a woman. You get your head licked off, let alone embarrassing her.
Well, I'll be honest, I think Jada's heart is in a grave or is somewhere in heaven's ghetto because her heart was given away when Tupac died. And any man, whether it be Will or anyone else, that's it. Like, Will would never have that. Like, the fact that, just saying, wherever he is, that's where her heart is. Like, that heaven's gonna ghetto, that's her heart's chilling in that heaven's ghetto right now, bro. That's why.
When I actually think about
Oh, wait, get
it,
through.
I feel sorry
I
for
don't
all of them.
blame
Yeah, I just think
For who?
I feel sorry for all of them.
it's sad, but I do
Well,
think that
free-
entertainment
I don't feel
is a
sorry
But the
for
thing
any of
is,
them.
do you know what's
I don't
funny?
think I picked
We're saying
I
that,
feel
yeah,
sad.
but you've got the children as well, though.
Yeah, because the
It's
children.
not even just them, it's the
they
children.
create
Their children are
generational
broken as
trauma for
well.
this shit.
Look, for me, yeah, the
Perhaps
truth
she
is,
sits
the
around the
truth
table
is, the
talking
truth is,
with her
the
daughter.
truth is, right?
And
I do not actually care about,
Them.
even just in life, I don't care about any of these people. My only concerns is only about how it looks on us as a community. That's when I think, oh shit. But in reality, do I care about Rock and Will Smith's
No, as
beef?
individuals.
No. Do I care about how Jada is treating Will? No. My concerns will be like, people, you don't want a woman like Jada because she will have you acting like Will.
But then
Get
you
what I
have
mean?
to,
It's
to,
not
some,
really
to
my-
some degree, yeah, but,
she should be
but you
totally
know, but
different.
you got to be that kind of guy. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it sounds. So.
No, but I don't even think you have to be a type of guy. It's about
No,
your
no,
character.
no. When I say you have to be that type of guy,
accordingly.
no, you have to be
You
a
know
kind
what?
of guy. As in,
This
when I
sounds
say
scary,
that, as in for
Because
her.
we don't know shit.
No, we don't.
we
But
don't
what,
know
what I'm
shit.
saying is for
And
her,
you
you've
see
got
patterns,
that.
bro.
That's what shows us.
type of
We're talking
person.
about people who don't know shit and we don't know shit. The
That's
fuck
true.
Are we're
But
looking at this stuff.
it shows patterns.
I know, but it shows models of bullshit. Like,
Yeah,
But that's the
looking at this
problem.
as-
And that's where I get
That's the
concerned.
problem that we
That's
have.
where I come in.
Why are we focused
shit.
there? Let's focus
But
back
that's what
on.
I'm saying. That's what I
like,
don't care. I feel like
traditional shit, like-
black, white, whatever in that industry, the rules are
same.
just different. The morals are
Yeah,
It's a
different.
different world.
It's different. That's why I can't really.
But that's why.
So when you
us
said it's
having-
an elder black man, I'm just like, I don't even class them in that same They're not the black men that.
No.
But then that's why when we
But
say role
They are.
models,
They are.
No.
They are.
celebrities
They're
and that
representation.
aren't really
They are big.
idealistic.
So can I ask-
Listen, they're the
Big.
ones that need to be
Where-
exterminated.
where
with
is
the
our-
rest if it came to
Where
war,
would you
that's
say
what I'm saying.
is our healthy?
I agree with that.
Where's our healthy models?
They wouldn't be
where-
televised.
They're not
They
on
wouldn't be-
TV.
They wouldn't be
For our
televised.
healthy models.
They wouldn't be televised.
Where
That's
do
the
we
search
look
within our
to?
community.
Where would we look to?
What do we call healthy?
That's my problem.
What do we call
Is
healthy?
we struggling to even?
No, what
No.
healthy is.
No,
What do we call
No,
healthy?
I
Because
can't-
everyone's got their
I'm asking
faults.
now.
I'll tell you.
So
I'll tell you.
our
I'll
ideas
tell
of
you.
healthy is going to change,
I'll
isn't
tell
it?
you.
Everyone's got their
individual.
faults. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Our healthy for me, yeah, because this is the same bullshit narrative where they say, you know, majority of black people, kids don't grow up with black dads. That is some bullshit narrative,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
But that's what the
most
media
people I
portray.
know.
Have their dads.
That's what the media
I'm only
portrays.
saying this
No
for the
one.
context of people who are watching,
Watching.
who need to start.
Right.
Like, don't look at them and discuss that. That's some
Yeah.
bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But it's
I
useful
agree.
to know. It's useful to look at it and say, okay, I note that because I'm observing what this is. But let's look to this. Like, what's the instead?
Right. So the instead is that the media push the negative narrative, yeah. So you cannot look to the media to find your answers. You have to actually go outside, open your eyes, and look around you. Yeah. You really do have to go and do your research. Try to get involved amongst our own community. Actually see the love that we have for each other. Actually see the love that we share. See, maybe it could be people's aunties and uncles that have been happily married for many years, and look
But
around
I
that
can
way.
appreciate that can happen to some people later on in life, innit? Because if you've come up from a negative environment, all you've seen is trash. It's hard to think, okay, maybe there is something different. But I haven't seen it. I've only got
You just know of
TV
it.
or I've got my environment. What am I looking out for? Do you see what I'm saying?
So for me, right, if you're a negative person, you only see negativity, right? So if you're so consumed, and I know it's hard, and what I'm saying isn't an easy thing for everyone to do, but if your home life is shit, yeah, and then the TV is shit, and you don't yet carry the skills to be able to look past that, then of course everything you're going to be seeing is negative.
Where's the positivity in Will and Jada?
I could tell you that one.
Could be.
Where is
I
it?
could.
Go on.
Yeah.
The
I
next
wanna
one
hear
together.
Oh, cool. If you're actually clued up, yeah, you would know to stay away from a woman like Jada. That lesson there is a positive one.
What she portrays.
What she portrays, how she moves, how she talks, the side-eyeing, everything. If you ever need an example of a woman not to go after, or traits in a woman, being that women have all the power, look at Jada. Read her story.
I would also say that about Will, to be fair. I don't think he's
Will-
the guy
yeah,
you
I-
would want
I
either.
agree. I think Will. So
I don't want someone who can bend to my every word, and I don't want someone I can
I
outrightly
agree.
disrespect and just take it.
I agree. I think Will's problem, yeah. So we all grew up with Will, and I've done a lot of research on watching his documentary and stuff. And his whole ethos is to please. Says it blatantly in the documentary. I watched documentary. This was like years ago, with him and women. And his whole thing is he has no balance. He's too good
So he's what they
So-
want to sim.
to a degree.
I couldn't grow with a man like that. When do I?
But some women can.
No, they can't grow. They just like the
Women
control. They want the control. They're not trying to. They're not in the
Some
relationship for
women
growth.
can.
They're not in the
That's it.
relationship for growth. They're there for
I hear you,
control.
I hear you.
That's it.
So
And this is the thing, how you perceive grow and how she receives grow, because it depends what your basis of growing is.
I think the key that I've got from this is like, you spoke about love. I know you didn't mean that now, but like you said, clarity. We've all got different versions of clarity. We all see different things. I think there's positives in many and negatives in many, but it comes down to you and how you see it. And I feel like Jada and Will is very layered, very layered. There's pros and there's cons. I think there's pros and cons in the slap, if the slap happened. I think there's pros in many, but it's just how do you see it? I saw many feedback of you shouldn't disrespect a black woman, and I'm glad that Will did that for her. there was that. There was Chris Rock
That's toxic.
dealt with it. No, but I'm saying that's a
It's an
way,
opinion.
right? Also, most said like Chris Rock was cool for not licking Bad Man back. Okay, I hear that. But then most would say he should have licked him down, right? Some people say Will should have just chilled out. But some say, well, nah, you can see why he did if it was for a genuine reason.
If they were
But
friends,
I think
if
that
they
there's
were
many,
layers in
but I think that there's many sides, and to me, I think that they're all pretty valid because it's based on who you are and how you see it. I don't think that there's a right and a wrong. The same way I can say,
Yeah, it's
yo,
all
Will
opinions.
shouldn't have hit him. It's the same way I can say he should have licked him down.
And my thing is, my thing was just, if you're going to do something, make it count.
I don't know. I hear, and I really
Do you
did
know
hear
what I
you.
mean?
I just
But I don't know. I
It's
think what you described is the many broken voices within the black community. That's what.
What's
you-
broken to you though?
Broken to me is the lack of unity. That's what I'm referring to. Yeah. So I think that if everyone knew what the big picture was to a degree, then if let's just say Rock was wrong for the joke, yeah. I'm happy to say that. Let's say Rock was wrong for the joke, right? If we had that level of unity, the way Samuel Jackson and Denzel Washington spoke to him and consoled him after, yeah, really and truly, everyone should say, Will, you handled that wrong. You shouldn't have gone up on stage in front of millions of people because it's a bad reflection on black people as a whole. We should have dealt with this backstage between us as adults because of what we represent, whether we want that power or not. That's what we represent. Now, to me, like I've said many times, I don't care about what did happen, what didn't happen. I really couldn't give a shit. However, it's the reflection on our people that actually live in the real world that now has an impact, and that's the voices. What you're saying, that's their voices I hear, and I heard women, and I saw the same thing. Women saying, "Will's a zaddy now," or whatever that word is, because of that. And I'm like, what? You want your man to get up in front of millions
No, but I
of
think
people
that
and jump
stems
down?
from black women saying that they don't really feel the support from black men and they don't feel protected.
And
Yeah, but
that is
that's-
valid.
yeah,
And that is valid.
Yeah. But but this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying it's broken, because the point is valid, but to rationale
It doesn't come in the form
that,
of
rationale that is
Yeah.
more detrimental,
Yes.
yes, to black women
Yes.
than if actually it was handled in the right way.
But that is my point, right? What you just said, and then she said that valid. So to channel in on specifics shows, all right, are you coming at this from a side because you've experienced some da-da-da-da-da?
It always is. based
My
on-
thing is this: why the fuck are you wealthy black men still seeking approval? Why are we still going? Why are you still going? And that's something that I haven't heard. People are still like, oh, he deserved the award. Fuck the award. Will could have won something years ago. Like, he's done some pretty okay stuff. But it's only until
Fresh
now,
Prince alone
20
should
years,
have won that.
I've won this. Especially for what that done
Yeah,
for
Fresh
many
Prince
black
was
people.
the-
Fresh Prince was the light
the
The
thing.
at the
years
tunnel.
that went on.
But he didn't get that. So I'm like, yo, bun the ceremony. Why are you not still going? But this is what makes them man their pawns.
Yeah.
And this is why I can't ultimately respect them, because they're still going for validation. And they're still giving these people the rope for them to hang them with.
Even if afterwards, you know, like they had within all of that, they had like a melanated council where you have people, elders with wisdom, who are able to be like, yo, what was that? How do we sort this? How do we move forwards with this kind of thing? Don't even have that. Where man could actually have problems and come to a space and say like, it's too much within. Can we go to a place where we get elders who and it has to have a woman and a man, a masculine and feminine side to it, so that there's wisdom from both sides, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but then
That
they
can
have
come.
to create that for themselves.